UFC is making its annual voyage to Abu Dhabi for UFC 321, Aspinall versus Gane in the main event. We have a really solid main event atop the main card, and there are some other interesting fights on the main card as well, so let's run through them. Obviously, the star of the show, the pay-per-view, is the main event, Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. We finally get to see Tom Aspinall fight. It's been over a year since Tom has won the interim heavyweight championship, which has actually turned into the undisputed heavyweight championship. We all know the story. We all know John Jones failed to accept that fight against Tom Aspinall. Not a good look on Jones's part because now he's begging to come back in the promotion. I'm just happy to see Tom fight at this point. Now, the opponent couldn't be coming in with any less of a hot streak. Cyril Gane is coming off of a win, but a disputed win. And prior to that, he is 0 for 2 in title fights and hasn't really shown a lot of improvement in his game over the course of his UFC career. So what do I think of these odds? I think the odds are pretty fair. Obviously, Tom is a massive favorite. I'm hoping the inactivity hasn't slowed him down at all, but I really do feel like this is Tom Aspinall's time to shine. And I'm curious what happens for him next as a champion if he does retain, which he should retain. I'm really picking Tom to win by dominant force here. Up in the co-main, we have a women's strawweight title bout for the vacant women's strawweight title since Zhang Weili has vacated the championship, and it is now between Virna Jandiroba and Mackenzie Dern. What can I say about this one? Obviously, Jandiroba has deserved a title shot. She is coming in on a hot streak, but I wouldn't consider Mackenzie Dern in a position to be fighting for a title at this time. That said, I understand her popularity. I understand that the promotion is very high on her, and they would love to see a popular champion. But I feel like Jandiroba definitely has earned it. But it's still a weird title fight to me because anytime two people are fighting for a vacant title after a dominant champion vacates, it does leave a little bit of a sour taste in the mouths of fans that have been fans of this division. And I don't know, who knows really what to expect from women's MMA as a whole these days. I feel like all divisions are a little weak at the moment. And women's strawweight used to be the cornerstone female division in the UFC. It is a bit tough to see the contenders that we have. Obviously, as I mentioned, Jandiroba definitely deserves her moment to shine and actually fight for a title. And even though the odds have Mackenzie Dern, I actually favor Jandiroba in this. I believe Mackenzie won the last time that they fought, but I feel like just the advancement of both their games, I feel like Virna Jandiroba is going to win this one. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista is a heavy underdog in this fight. And what can I say? I think the odds are fair here. Umar is very much favored to win, as he should be favored to win. But I don't see this fight really being that exciting. First and foremost, both fight a very wrestling heavy style. Mario Bautista is not the most popular amongst UFC fans with his performance and how he got a grinding win against Jose Aldo, but not a lot of offense, a lot of stalling, a lot of pressing against the cage. And I feel like he's being fed to Umar here, who definitely needs a win after his last title opportunity. That he says he lost because of a broken hand. That could be true. That could not be true. I tend to believe that it is true, but Merab is just on such a tear. If Umar beats Mario Bautista, does he deserve a title shot again? Possibly. But I feel like that title fight will only happen just because Merab wants to stay as active as possible. We also have a heavyweight bout between Alexander Volkov and Jailton Almeida. I actually don't understand these betting odds, saying that Jailton Almeida is a favorite, and one could see that on the surface just given the styles between both, Volkov being the striker, Jailton Almeida being the grappler, really good on the ground, but I would give Volkov a little bit more favor in this one. This one is kind of like a pick'em to me. I don't think Volkov's terrible on the ground. I kind of like Volkov as a dog at plus money on this one. And now we have Alexander Rakic against Azamat Murzakanov. Yeah, the odds are pretty close. I mean, this is basically a pick'em fight. Rakic has had a lot of bad luck in his recent fights when it comes to injury. I feel like he's poised to make a pretty good showing here. Let's go with Rakic. I'm taking Rakic in this fight. And this fight is not on the main card, but it is a fun prelim bout between two, what can I say, just stellar physiques between both of these gentlemen. Hamdi Abdul Wahab versus Chris Beast Boy Barnett, who is always fun and a joy to watch fight in the octagon. I don't care who wins this fight. We all win as a result, especially if Barnett is going to do a fun entrance. And he finally let the hair go. Yeah, it was about time, Beast Boy. So there it is, my in-depth or lack of in-depth analysis of UFC 321. Who do you think is going to take it in these fights? Let me know in the comments. Peace.